Hey everybody, it's Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong. It's late in the day, it's about 6:30 p.m. and I just woke up a little while ago. We have about 10 inches of snow on the ground and it's very early in December for us to have snow like that. Our power has been out, so I didn't get a lot done today as far as making things, doing what I wanted to do in my art studio. However, I did get some rest, and I did do a journal page between this morning early before the power went out, and then I got in front of a window where I could see what I was working on and finished up the page. So I did at least do my December daily journal entry for today. This page I really love, and it is amazing to me how everything evolves from the very start of a page to the finished layout. This is a little note. Let me pull that off so you can see this page without it, because there's a lot of browns and whites and creams. Again, I've been sticking with that. This is a picture of some of the cryptomeria in our yard this morning, just heavy with snow. In fact, we are worried about some of the trees and the weight of the snow. Obviously there was something major enough to cause a power outage today, and thank goodness it's back on. So this little entry for December 9th, today has been wintry. We have up to 10 inches of snow in spots. It's early in December for this. It's not a very beautiful snow now, though it was this morning, because brown dead leaves have continued to fall, and now it's wet and messy out. We lost power for part of the day. I slept for a couple of hours on the couch. Jason has dinner going, 6:21 p.m. Pardon the incorrect sentence structure and grammar on there. I sometimes just kind of let the words flow onto the page however they will. Anyway, I love this page. I love this page. So this is the beautiful muslin bag that came from Ava, and it just turned out so beautifully. I used watercolor pencils to fill in some of the areas. I didn't work on her face except to put a tiny little bit of a color called ivory. I didn't want to get into the face and start messing it up. I felt like less is more with this, especially working on fabric. And this is the only one. I didn't want to glue over this. I wanted to definitely have this on the page. So I just used two different colors of pencil for her hair and the leaves and the flowers. I stayed with brown since it's winter and since I've been working with that. And the only other color was this tiny bit of ivory to do this little part. I don't know if that's supposed to be like a clip or part of the flower right by her hair and then her cheeks. I glued on one of these beautiful sparkly stickers that Jason gave to me. I have loved working with those way more than I thought I would. It's funny. I was appreciative, but I wasn't sure that I would use them like I have. So behind here we have 4 layers of fabric and paints, and this is a piece of fabric from a very large tablecloth that it's also going into some packages that are on the desk. I've got that leather over there and several other things, but there was a strip here where it had been, there was embroidery that was done in pink, and I didn't want to keep that on the page, so I painted over it. You can maybe see a little bit underneath the edge right here, and maybe in other spots, but I painted over it with some white paint. I didn't really think that that was enough to cover it like I wanted, so I went back over that with some gold paint, and you know I love working with gold. While the gold paint was still wet, I put in some white glitter and let that dry. Then here is a piece of lace from a bustle from a wedding dress, and I distressed part of that. And then here's lace from yet another table scarf. And all of this is going into some packages that I'm working on. I stamped a little bird here with brown, the Distress Oxide, and this stamp. So it's not a really complex page. It's just layers, and it's simple, and anyway, I think it's pretty. So I put some more of this pretty fiber down the center. I liked that so much. I wanted to use that again. And let me show you, I never pulled this out of the bag when I showed you last time. You can see that there are some shiny fibers in here, really pretty browns and golds and green, even a touch of red. I liked the blue in this strand that I pulled away from everything else. I like that a lot. So maybe I can manage to put some of this in. Over here on this page we have again just 3 layers of semicircles. I decided that I wanted to cover up the stitching that was under here. I had originally used a doily, half of one on this side, to put the page into place, and I wanted to cover up the dark stitching underneath. So that's the doily, and then a layer of silk, and then a part of this same table scarf. I just stamped 32 degrees and snow, and this is several layers of paper. I did use some black glossy paper that had a really pretty white flower pattern on it. You can kind of see underneath here this flower, and you can see it here and here behind here. But since it was glossy, it wasn't taking, I tried writing on it with a white pencil, and it did have a neat effect because it left an indentation in the paper, and in some spots that had filled up with some white paint, but it didn't do it consistently enough that I wanted to keep it. So I layered some dark tissue paper over it after painting it white, and, well, when I say dark, some tan or brown kind of grungy color tissue paper over the top, and then stamped with a nature stamp. This made me think about the little frosted patterns you get on the glass when it's really cold and snowy outside, and it makes little designs on the window pane. I guess that's Jack Frost. So that's the whole page. I hope I didn't take too much time. I like this page. I like the way it turned out. I'm not spending a tremendous amount of time on every page. Some pages have been more involved than others. So thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to get busy and try to get some things done with the amount of time I have left this evening with electricity, and I will see you next time. Bye.